This is a Glassbox Media podcast.
Welcome to My Worst Date. I'm Cassie.
I'm Keegan.
I'm Christina.
Okay. So it's gotten to the point now where people are emailing us TikToks.
We love that.
Oh, I love it. I really do. So shout out straight up to Maddie.
This is somebody that wanted us to
yes,
see.
They were like, I don't want this to get lost
Yeah.
in the TikTok mentions on the app. I'm going to send this direct to your inbox.
I love it.
And they took the trouble. They downloaded it to their device.
Yes.
Yeah.
And sent it in an email. So Maddie,
They put a stamp on it. They were like, they're going to get this.
It's coming. Yeah. And
well, you told us by absolutely not. Do not look.
Don't look
I was
at
like,
it.
don't look at it.
So,
I'll
yeah.
talk to you about it.
So I'm coming in fresh.
Me too.
Okay. So it started with, it's a stitch, and it started with a woman saying that she's like, you know what, I'm not dating men anymore because they don't know that they need to wash their ass in the shower.
Ooh, okay.
Right? Okay, so coming in pretty hot already. And then this woman, she stitched it, and she's like, you know, I never thought I'd tell this story to all of TikTok, but I got to. She's like, I dated a guy once who just had skid marks everywhere. She's like, skid marks on the sheet.
No, honey,
No.
absolutely not.
Yes, skid marks on his underwear that was like on the floor or whatever.
Thank you.
And she was like, I just thought like, he just, maybe he's got some wet farts or something, you know what I mean?
No.
And like, and she was like being really gracious about it. She's like, sometimes like that's what happened.
If I have to scrub shit marks off my sheets,
Nope, they're in the trash. There are no shit marks on my goddamn sheets. I will tell you that.
I don't want to be sleeping in a bed where there's
a man with shitty ass. I don't want to be sleeping in a bed with a man with shitty ass.
somehow I feel like I would get pink eye.
Chris is. When I tell you Chris is an immaculate wiper, like the motherfucker will
As
like
you should be.
Oh,
Yes.
absolutely.
They
But the
make,
man
like,
is like
wet
dude wipes. Oh yeah,
you can get like a bidet attachment. At this point in
would be
history,
Chris's dream.
we have
I'm sorry.
the technology. We put someone on the moon. Clean your shitty ass.
I mean, and also,
I swear to God.
if you are having skid marks to that degree, it really does tell me that
You aren't
like,
wiping at all.
You aren't, and you're not like, again, when you are in the shower, clean your ass. Like, what are you doing? Okay, so anyway, so she said one time they had sex and she's laying there and you know, like the like limp laying with shame, like when you're waiting for them to like come back with a towel, right?
Yes,
so like just
yeah.
you're waiting for them to come back with the towel, and she was just like, I was waiting for him to come back, and I felt something. So she was like, I reached down because I was like, I'm just gonna deal with this with my hand really quickly. And so she wiped and she brought it up and her hand was brown. And she was like, I'm not on my period right now. What is this? And then he had come back into the room and he wasn't dressed yet. And he bent over to pick something up. They had gotten so sweaty from the act of intercourse that his booty hole, the shit that was on his butt
had traveled.
got loose from the sweat. And
Oh my God.
got on her.
No. Oh, the way I want to peel my fucking skin off now.
I'm so sorry. I was like,
I have goosebumps.
It's bad enough when you have to lay there because it's like once in a while it's
cold.
like, okay, great, like dump it on my tits, whatever. That's like, and then you're just like laying there and you're like, ugh, you can feel the goopiness and it's like, it's fine. But if it was shit, and
it's like sweaty shit.
do you know how much you would have to shit for that to happen? Because it's going down and up around. Like, what the fuck?
Or it just got loose. Like you built up a lot of sweat between the cheeks and it got like loose, drippy.
No, we're losing Cassie because it's like all of the fluids.
I'm sorry.
My
but
God.
can you, first of all, the fact that like, look, if I see if I see that, if I know that this is a problem, like it's on the sheets, it's on your underwear, I'm making you shower before we fuck, first of all. Like
we aren't fucking. We aren't fucking.
You're absolutely right.
Okay.
We aren't.
I'm so sorry. You
fucking.
are right.
What in the absolute shitty man with your shitty ass? Get your shitty ass out of my fucking house, you fucking monster.
Yeah.
I can't.
That is a difficult. Have you
I'm
ever had
sweating.
to have like a difficult conversation?
Hygiene.
I'm
with
about
a
the way
dude
I'm about to go
about
home and talk to
hygiene?
my son about hygiene. I don't even know. Like, I don't know if his ass leaves.
You're like, honey.
He cleans his own shit. He does his own laundry. But I'm like, I'm about to, just to be safe, just to clarify.
Son, you wiping your ass?
You
Are you wiping? Are you wiping good?
You know, we got them dude wipes in there. You can use them.
And look, you can spread them in the shower. There's
You
get
can.
in there.
I always do.
I do a
Always.
a
a
nice-
full spread. Yeah.
Please, we all have our very own scrubbies.
Yes.
We have
Yeah.
washcloths.
Yep.
You gotta do it.
I
You
am
have
so
to.
I can't, like, I hurt right now. I'm in,
Imagine someone else's. Like,
no. I no.
Also, that really feels like you're gonna get some kind of like UTI.
Oh, you 100%.
That is actually
A guarantee.
like, the guarantee, and is not like the. Oh my god, I feel like that's scabies for sure.
All
to
right.
bring it back.
First of all,
Shitty.
I wasn't gonna say anything, Christina, but I Google.
Yeah, you
if
did. Of
pirates
course
had
you did.
scabies.
As soon
You
as we
did.
got home,
You
it was
did.
I was like beep boop beep 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 beep.
I got in my door and I was like, bing. Actually,
I was like, actually, pirates did have scabies.
well, now you do too because you slept with shitty man in your
Yeah.
shitty
Listen,
pants.
The shit monster.
I have lived with my current partner for a couple of years now, and I live by a very simple rule: keep it sexy.
Yeah.
Keep
Yes,
it sexy.
I agree.
I do not like and you know I'm closed bathroom.
Me too.
There's a lot of things that you do. It's respectful and you're keeping it sexy.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like that's respectful to him. That's respectful to our relationship. Not wiping your ass is not keeping it sexy.
No, that's not even keeping it adult.
No, it sure isn't.
You teach fucking what is it? 2 years old? They learn how to wipe their
Yeah.
ass. I don't know. I don't have
well,
kids.
older than that, yes, but
Like 4.
yeah,
right?
you learn.
I
when-
mean, like 3, you're learning to go potty.
by the time you're in preschool,
Oh yeah.
you're like,
you got to know how to wipe your own
you're-
tuchus.
You're yeah.
I
How
can't.
did this guy make it through school with his shitty ass?
I hope he didn't play sports.
You would smell so
I hope
bad.
they didn't have white uniforms.
You would smell so bad.
Oh my
But also,
God.
beyond all of that, just like if you are less than fresh, it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Why would you want to go through life with like a moderately shitty ass?
My policy has been with whenever I've had to have difficult conversations, and it's only been a couple of times where I've had to have the hygiene talk. The guy.
Okay, but first of all, we should not be having to have that talk with
listen,
adult
okay,
men.
no.
No, where I will compliment. I'll be like, oh, I love when you wear that deodorant. Like positive reinforcement. Be like, oh, did you wear that deodorant I like? Like stuff like that for a stinky dude.
Wait. Time out. How do you be with somebody who's stinky that long?
I think that they get nose blind and
No,
they
I'm
don't
talking
smell.
about you. How are you with somebody who be that stinky for that long?
She's not proud. We don't
I'm
have
not
to talk about
proud.
it.
Listen,
Accidents happen, and so the first time it happened,
Listen,
I thought maybe
I
they
forgot
are
my
trying
deodorant.
Right.
a new deodorant.
None of
Or
us.
maybe
None
they
of us. I've been there. I've like
Okay.
definitely
Perfect.
one day.
The number of times I'm like,
Okay.
Chris, you smell my stuff?
Like-
I stink.
Right.
And he'll be like, I honestly don't smell you. And I'm like, okay, you're nose blind. I don't know.
There are times. Look, we've all been there. Maybe you forgot your deodorant one day, or
Right.
like
Happened.
There's,
Has happened.
It has happened. If it is all the time, that's the thing. Is like in this TikTok, she's like, it's something that she had noticed.
It's common,
Like
motherfucker.
you are dating skid mark guy,
Wow.
which means it is a regular
The fact
thing.
that you
It's
live
on
in
your
the same
sheets,
house.
on your
No.
sheets. If it's
If
on
I got
somebody's
shit
underwear,
on my sheets,
oh
but
my god! I
accidentally
just
in the
had,
trash.
I just had a
can't.
flashback memory. Oh my god! One time I shot this short film. The things that actors in LA go through. Let me tell you. Whenever you're like trying to like come up and you're like, I'll say yes to every short film or whatever.
Yeah.
I shot this short film. Turned out actually to be a very cute film. But at the end of it, I had to do a voiceover for like they like overlaid my voiceover over like something that we shot. And so he was like in his early 20s.
No.
And he put me in his closet.
No.
To do the voiceovers because it's soundproof
With
in
his
there.
like hamper and stuff.
No.
Tell me why.
No.
His hamper was in there.
No.
There was a pair of his underwear inside out.
No, there wasn't.
No.
There wasn't.
Hanging from the hamper. It wasn't in the hamper. It was like hanging off the side. Like a foot and a half from my face.
Honey, no.
Because I was sitting.
No.
And so you're just like fucking eye level with dirty.
Doing some voiceover about like an existential, like really easy, we're all part of the world and the universe. It's a beautiful place with somebody's skid mark.
Fucking manties right
Shit.
there.
Shit manties.
Let's not ever call them.
Why are you?
That's what they are. Shitty manties.
That's the name of this fucking episode is Shitty Manties. They're gonna be like, you spelled manatees wrong.
When I tell you, and I didn't say anything. I just exited that cut. I'm like, I know things about you now that like I don't want to know. It is way more intimate and personal than I ever needed to be.
I cannot think of any
How
single
do you let somebody
person.
in my goddamn closet like
I
that?
have only seen my shit in my
As it
life,
should be.
and as it should be. I don't want to see
Unless you got a
anyone
child.
Unless you have
else's
kids.
shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, I changed my little brother's diapers. But, like, outside of that, yeah, unless it's a child,
Yeah.
there is no reason. I have I will never be a part, I will never be one half of one of those couples who's just like, my shit looks weird. Will you come look at it?
No.
No.
I might be that person.
Take a picture and send it to your doctor. I'm not a doctor. I am not a doctor. I'm not going to help you.
breached. Here's the picture.
Oh.
No.
It was really weird one time.
You're like,
I
keep it
was
sexy.
drinking a lot of like green juices and stuff like that in one period of my life, and it was really like bright green, and that really scared me at
like,
one point, but I still kept it to myself.
Oh.
Yeah. No. My poop is my business.
It's your
Just
business.
like your poop is your business.
Right.
And ne'er the two shall meet.
There's no reason. I don't even want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Look. There's no reason.
That's too much.
But I definitely don't want that shit on my fucking bed. I will
No.
cut. I swear.
The bed is a sacred place. The bed is like, I think, one of my favorite places in the world. And you are...
I get mad when Chris doesn't change his pillowcase and I get the little yellow.
Oh.
That's too long, son.
Lumpy yellow pillow.
Honey, like that pillowcase gets a little off color,
Yeah.
and you're like, I didn't buy off white sheets.
Nope.
Yeah.
No.
I don't
you're
like
right.
that. That's
Yeah.
too long.
It's true.
Oh, man.
Well, anyway, we came in real hot. I'm sorry. Look,
Yes.
remember when we started this podcast and I was like, please don't talk about shitting and farting.
Oh, I know. Now you're the one bringing it up. So,
Well,
Here we are. We've all grown.
Look.
We've all grown in the past few years.
yeah, you know, I'm a different person now. I still don't like it, but I like making you guys scream even more. So
Yeah.
that's the best.
Dude, this is 100% why we got to get our video shit set up.
I know.
because-
Yeah, it's true. It's
I know.
coming. It's coming, listeners. Listen.
Yeah.
We'll be here before you know it.
anybody that has donated to our Patreon, we thank you so much
Yeah.
because we just got a ton of equipment. So
We did. So we're gonna
it
be
is
setting that up.
coming.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. And coming to you guys first, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so a very important time of the year just happened, which is
Not shitting in your bedtime. I won't ever get over it.
Which is Spotify Wrapped.
We
Which-
love Spotify Wrapped season.
No shame. I actually genuinely like seeing everybody's Spotify Wrapped. And it
Oh,
actually
I
like
do
makes me
too.
happy.
It's
Like I
fun.
enjoy it. I know it's like silly. Sometimes I don't share all of mine because it can be quite embarrassing. I actually thought it was going to be more embarrassing this year than it turned out to be. But I love seeing it. So my Spotify though really does. I really feel like when I'm looking at my top artists,
Yeah.
Spotify is saying, it's putting a gentle hand on my shoulder and saying, honey,
Honey.
you need to go back to therapy.
Oh, no.
Because look, my top artist this year was Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
It's not surprising. I
Right.
binged that new album.
So good.
Yeah. And then it was Belle and Sebastian.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
all right. And then it was Billie Eilish and Lana Del Rey.
Wow.
Wow.
It's just like-
very moody.
Oh, and Mitski was in there too. It's
I'm not
very...
gonna lie. Lana Del Rey was up there
Yes,
for me too.
it's moody, sad girl music. Like Mitski is just like, it's just sad, heartbreak music.
Yeah.
Lana, you know, I love Lana, but it is the epitome of like, we are depressed, sweetheart. And then most of Taylor's stuff as well is just like, I'm listening to the sad shit.
Okay, my number one was Andy Schoaf, which I've told you guys about, this incredible Canadian singer-songwriter.
Actually, really like the stuff that you've showed me.
Really fucking good. So love that, but super, super chill. Number two is The Smile.
Oh,
which they
Tracks.
came out this year. Of course, it's Radiohead light, so it's great. There's a band called Crumb, which is also very chill, very light.
I like Crumb, actually.
Oh, okay, great. And then Cardi B.
Oh, wow.
Look, at least you had something. Like, there was something in your top 5 that was like...
And then Megan Thee Stallion.
Yes,
so there you go.
You needed some validation, turn up girl music, which I honestly really appreciate. Like, that's because you've been working out at the gym. Like, that is gym music.
Cardi B makes me feel like I can beat any motherfucker's ass.
That's how I
on the planet.
Anything.
Megan Thee Stallion makes me feel like I can do anything.
Oh, Megan Thee Stallion makes me feel like hot girl.
Yes.
Hands on my knee, shake my ass to the...
Yeah.
Hands on my knee, shake ass like that shit. I just like... I'm like walking on the treadmill. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm so fucking hot right now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I got a good balance this year.
Yeah, you're so lucky. Your therapist would be proud of you.
I will be honest with you. I don't listen to music nearly as much, I think, than you guys. I'm very heavy into... I'm more of a podcasts.
Right.
I listen to tons of podcasts.
I really
so
do.
That my listens are definitely more podcast based.
I listen to way more podcasts and audiobooks than I do music, but then there's also like periods of time. Like if I'm working, I'll have my playlists going, or if there are certain times when I'm like driving.
I can't really listen to podcasts when I work. Now at my new job, I used to go back and forth between podcasts and music, but yeah, most of the time if I'm like working and doing stuff, it's music in the background. I can only listen to podcasts really when I'm driving.
If you can focus.
Yeah. If I have to focus, which is clear from my fucking playlist, if I have to focus, it's rain sounds.
Yeah.
The way that I have literal just thunderstorms.
Your number one like artist is nature.
Yeah.
Mother Nature.
But it's true because I actually can't listen to music and concentrate either. But like with the sound of rain and thunderstorms, I can have that. Like actually helps me. Brown noise too. White noise, no, but brown noise.
I
the
love
sound
the
of like
Brown noise is the name of this. Brown noise is what we were talking about earlier. No.
I love the person who in their top thing for Spotify, it was like air conditioner. It was like hotel air conditioner. Like they just had like 8 hours of hotel air conditioner.
No, that sound.
Yes, because it like they like I play it while I sleep,
and it'll like once in a while be like, like it clicks.
The thing about thunderstorms though is that you have that like it's like a nice thunderstorm and then suddenly it changes slightly so the rain sound is like now it's on leaves. You're like ooh, it's more tropical thunderstorm. I get it. Okay. It's that and Broken Bells. Broken Bells because Bells. They had a new album come out this year, but because I knew there was an album coming out, it was like I couldn't stop listening to the old stuff. It was just like
that's how it goes. Yeah. If you're honestly, I think Belle and Sebastian has been in my rotation since I was a teenager, but like I think also because I was going to that show, I upped my amount that I was listening to.
Flaming Lips is my other one because we were going to the show.
Yeah, so I was just like, I think that's probably why it made it so high up in my top 5 this year.
How good was that show?
Listen, I
cried.
You did cry.
I always cry.
I stood up. You wouldn't stand up with me, which was really whatever.
No, I was like so like moved. Like when they what a great show.
You realize?
I know.
Stop it.
I was like,
I'm gonna cry right now.
Listen, that song
will make me cry.
Seeing it live because that was my very first time seeing them live, and that song for me, I'm like, that is like one of my top songs. It was so moving.
I saw them when they were touring the album. So that and Yoshime, their Battles of the Pink Robots. I mean, those 2 songs are just fuck, dude. That whole album is so good.
Can we please talk about the fact that Maps by the AIS is 19 years old?
I know.
This year.
Okay, so great callback because Maps, when that song came out,
I love that song.
There's it's they don't love you like I love you.
Yeah.
And I always used to say Wayne. she says wait.
Oh,
and I always
yeah.
said Wayne because it's Wayne Coyne.
Yeah.
From
Yes.
Flaming Lips because he was like in my tops. But
Love it.
Yeah.
So I was thinking we should fuck, marry, kill our Spotify artists.
oh,
So I think,
doesn't have to be number one because I don't want to do
number one.
thunderstorms. That'll be weird.
Yeah, you can pick anybody in your top.
Anybody my top 5?
Five, yeah.
Ooh, this is hard.
So I got like Broken Bells or Flaming Lips or
I feel like
I think that's where I'm going to keep it.
We've done
I like
Billy and Lana before.
Right.
So I'm going to eliminate them. So I've got, I'm just going to go. Let's just do Taylor is the moment.
Taylor is the moment.
We're going to go with Taylor.
Okay.
She's the moment. Yeah.
Okay. I feel like not enough people know who Andy Schoaf is. So you should
check him out because
check him out.
It's great stuff.
It is good stuff.
And he's cute.
He's really cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Canadian. He's just this type of person. Like picture the musician you had a crush on in your early 20s.
Yeah.
That's what he looks like.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. You would carry an amp.
But he's
for him.
solidly like mid 30s. So you're like, we're good. Hopefully
Yeah.
he washes his ass. He's at that age. You know what I mean?
He does look like now he washes his ass.
But maybe
for
not
sure.
when he was in his 20s, when he
correct.
had long hair. I saw those pictures and I was like, big question mark there.
So you know what? I am going to go Cardi B.
Oh,
Yes, okay.
For mine, I think I'm going to. Okay, so it really, yeah.
I mean, look, the ones you've presented already are good options.
I know, but I
Yeah.
also had Butthole Surfers in there too, and it's
Okay.
also one of those like old bands that like nobody listens to anymore. But I've recently gotten back into because I donated to their fundraiser
Right.
for their movie.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah. We were talking about that.
No, but Wayne Coyne, man, always been a topsies for
Okay.
me.
Keeping
Ooh.
it tight too. He
Oh,
looked
man, he looked
great
good.
at the concert.
He looks so fucking good. Look,
Yeah.
I love a leather harness on a guy.
Oh,
Yes.
I love a leather harness on anybody, honestly.
True. The way
let
I want to
me-
get one of those, like,
Oh, I'm getting
God
one.
damn.
Definitely. I
It's-
think that they're
he
so
was
hot.
hot.
Wow, he's still super hot.
He's
Isn't
so,
he?
I know.
Isn't he?
He is pulling off this like this werewolf energy situation
Dude.
with his hair.
I love him.
It's
Are you kidding?
good.
I love him.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay.
great.
Yeah. So it's Flaming Lips for me. I'm going to do
Okay.
Wayne Coyne. Yeah.
Okay.
So we've got Wayne Coyne, we've got Taylor Swift, and we've got Cardi B. Okay.
Ooh, okay. You're going T Swift, huh? Okay.
I feel like I have to. I really
Yeah.
I feel like Taylor Swift right now is like,
Yeah. It's a good call.
wow. Just
good call.
she's
She did a
really
great
taken
album.
over. And
I'm
that album
fucking
is great.
Cardi B.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
fucking
Well,
Cardi
yeah,
B.
you know she's great at it.
Oh, 100%. And that is going to be the night of nights. I don't think there's anybody that we've talked about this year that would be a better fuck than Cardi B.
She scares me a little. I'm
A
not
little
gonna lie to
bit.
you. I'm like a little scared. She's gonna get me arrested.
I feel
I'm
like
scared that I'm not going to do good enough for her.
She's gonna yell
she
at you
gonna
if you're
hurt
not.
me.
but I feel like she wouldn't be mad. She'd be
she'd
like,
be-
girl, why don't you try it like
No,
this?
she'd
You
be
know what
mad.
I mean? Like,
I feel like she's going to be mad.
I feel like Cardi B, when I work out, like, I don't feel good about myself sometimes, but when I listen to Cardi B, she makes me feel like one of the baddest bitches out there.
Here's how I feel about that. I feel like if you were a man and you weren't doing it well, she would
Okay.
make you feel bad. I feel like
You're
if you're a
right.
woman and you're not doing it so well, I do feel like she'd be
You're right.
encouraging.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it might be aggressive, but it won't be mean. It'll be like,
she'd be like, girl,
Girl,
you need to be
get
doing
it.
that. Like,
Yes,
yeah, exactly. She's motivational.
Yeah.
I think she's so fun.
I do want her standing next to my treadmill while I work out.
Oh, 100.
Yeah, just yelling affirmations at me.
And I would just have fun hanging out with her. So I'm gonna fuck. You know what? I know.
I know.
It's
I don't know.
hard.
This
I
is
know.
this
It's
is
actually
hard.
really hard. Yeah.
This is hard.
I might marry Cardi B.
Okay.
I like how Cardi B makes me feel about myself.
I feel like of the three of us, a marriage to Cardi B with you would be the most successful.
I think so
Because
too.
you have a much more mellow energy, and she has she's a very energetic person. I feel like you would balance yourself out.
Why do I feel like
Whereas-
she might be an Aries?
I actually
We
do
should
too.
che-
I
we
actually
should check
do.
that
I feel
out.
like she might
I
be.
really
as
feel like
Yeah.
she's got that kind of like.
yeah, because I feel like you can't marry Cardi B, Cassie, because I feel like both of you have like you're up.
Yeah.
You're up.
Brilliant.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
and
I get
so
it.
like the two of you together might be a
She's
lot.
not.
What is
What
she?
is she?
October 11th.
She's a Libra.
Oh,
I love a Libra.
I think so. Yeah.
I was
Libra
like, is it that
sun
or Scorpio?
with an intense Aries moon.
There it is.
There she is. There she is.
There
she is.
Yeah. No, I love a Libra, but yeah, I'm a sucker for air signs, which is generally bad.
And then
Libra's
me,
my opposite.
I'm gonna fuck Wayne Coyne. Then.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna marry
wise.
Cardi B, I'm gonna fuck Wayne Coyne.
I just feel
okay.
like it might be group sex, but
100.
Well, that's all right.
yeah, and I'm into it.
It'll
Let's
be
do
fine.
it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Don't you feel like I feel like I do know a little bit too much about him because I have friends and every time I go to Oklahoma City, everybody kind of knows him.
Is he
really
from
well
OKC?
known? Yeah.
Oh.
So a lot of people know him and know about him really well. So it's some of the stories you hear, it's
I think.
And I'm not going to say the K around
No, don't.
Swift,
No,
No. This
will
is friend.
come for your throat.
I know.
Sorry.
I like her. It's
fuck,
not for
marry,
me.
friends.
This is just how it.
just like-
It's
This
just how
is-
it shook out. It's okay.
This is fuck, marry, friend.
yeah,
This one.
we can fuck, marry, friend.
Absolutely.
Actually, if we fuck, marry, friend, that might change
That
what I
actually
would do.
works.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I love
'cause
that.
I would love to be friends and hang out with
Are you
Taylor
kidding?
Swift.
Duh.
I
Yeah,
think
and
that
I've
would be
actually
awesome.
I've known people who actually are friends.
Capricorn.
She's
Wayne
Capricorn.
Coyne.
Wayne?
Oh no.
Yes.
Wayne's a Capricorn. What is
I
Taylor?
knew it.
I feel like Taylor's also Taylor's birthday is in December. She's either a Capricorn or a Sagittarius. I don't know.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I think she's a Capricorn too. Taylor Swift.
Ooh, okay.
For
I
sure.
could see that.
Yeah.
Is she?
No, Sag.
Oh.
Oh, she's a Sag. Okay, December
Okay.
13th. I knew her birthday was in December.
Oh, that actually tracks as well. Funny enough.
Mm-hmm.
She reminds me of Mackenzie.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, this is kind of
Tricky.
tough, actually. I feel like I don't know enough about Wayne Coyne as a person to
You've got a
marry him.
really free spirit, artistic, kind of almost hippie-ish.
Yeah.
Not hippie though.
Totally.
But a
Totally
new
hippie.
new hippie
Yeah.
Okay.
peace and love energy.
I actually could get into that. My only issue with getting with somebody like that is that I can float away. If you're floating away, I'm floating away with you. I do
I
kind
feel
of
like
need
he's
somebody.
very one of those people that is grounded in his artistic vision.
That's
Does
right.
that make sense?
That makes
I don't
total
feel
sense,
like he's a
yeah.
float away, kind of Aquarius
No.
kind of
All right.
thing.
Well, I can't. I still feel like I can't marry him.
I don't think it would be a good match.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm glad my instincts are
Yeah.
on point.
No.
Yeah, because I feel like
I do think you
can't
guys
marry
should be
him.
friends, though.
I do feel like we could be friends. I actually feel like we could be good friends based on
Yeah.
what I know about him. I
Yeah.
think that we could actually sit and talk for a
He's
long
very
time.
into aliens. He's very into that whole kind of.
I
He's
really
right.
struggled on who to marry, but like I said, I can't help Cardi. You
No,
want to be with
it's
somebody
good.
that makes you feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
You should be with Cardi.
that
You should be
is
with
the
Cardi.
right answer, then.
Wayne is going to be way too intense. That
Yeah.
relationship
We
with
would
you
have
and him, very
a
intense.
great one night stand.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, you're gonna
Amazing.
see stars. That would be incrable.
Yeah.
You
I
actually might stay friends after a while.
Yeah, probably.
I actually think I am gonna marry Taylor.
Oh, that's a good choice.
I just feel like
Yeah.
she's come into her own in a way that she feels. I know people poke fun at Taylor Swift about jumping from relationship to relationship, but she feels like she's in a very stable
Sagittarius
place.
make you feel really good about yourselves too.
Yeah, and she's very just she seems like she's in a really good.
And also, people can talk like that, but how difficult would it be? It's difficult for a normal person to date, let alone
Yeah. Oh
Taylor
my
fucking
God.
Swift. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate people that give her shit about
yeah.
her dating life.
Yeah,
Fuck.
and she's
Yeah.
been in the
Fuck
public
off.
eye since she was
Yes.
a teenager.
Yeah.
Leave her alone.
Totally.
She had to navigate all of that weird dating shit
Yeah.
in the public eye and in a weird way.
Yeah, my heart goes out to her for that.
Honestly.
Yeah.
And look, I do think anyway, I think I'm going to marry Taylor just because I feel like she's the most grounded of these three that
Yeah.
we have.
Yeah.
I think I'm actually going to fuck Wayne Coyne, which is a weird choice.
Oh, okay.
It's a strange choice. I thought I was going to fuck Cardi B, but I think I'm actually going to fuck Wayne Coyne because there is something about his specific kind of energy where I'm just it is going to be one of those things where you are talking all fucking
Dear
night.
fucking diary.
Yeah, you're talking all night, and hyping it up.
Yeah, the
To the point.
Oh my
foreplay.
God.
Yes,
The verbal foreplay is hot.
So
I love
by the
verbal
time
foreplay.
you get there, it is going to be
Fucking.
out of this world. It's
Literally.
gonna be incredible. And
Keeping
then
it sexy.
I want Cardi B to be my BFF. Like that bitch. We are going to tear this city
salon.
apart. It is going to be so much fucking fun. She's the type of friend who will just be like, go in my closet and pick whatever shoes you want.
Oh,
she's like, we're the same size. Go in there and get whatever you want. Like I love it.
Hype
and
beast.
she is going to, that is the type of friend I want to take her with me when I go shopping because she's going to be honest. If something that
that ain't you, girl.
She'll tell you, but if you look hot, she's going
to hype you up more than that.
Nobody.
No one.
So,
Nobody.
Nobody.
I am doing the exact same thing.
Wow.
I am going to marry Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift.
I don't, she's not somebody whose music would ever be on my top list ever because it's just not really my gig.
Your thing. Yeah.
But I think that's the best thing for us. I also think that Sagittarius women are also hype beasts.
Yeah.
And I think that they are really incredibly like adventurous. I think they're super loyal. Like I'm really into it.
And she likes being with women.
She likes to be
friends.
a part of a group.
Yeah.
Like she I think that we would be great together. I think we would rule the world. And I am going to fuck Wing Coyne.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is not a fucking chance in hell I'm going to pass that shit up. Are you kidding me?
Very hot werewolf energy. Like it is
sexy werewolf.
That harness is going to be on me and I'm going to be strung up and I am so excited about it.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's going to be so much fun.
I like it.
Oh my God. And you and Cardi B out on the town.
Are you fucking kidding?
I'm actually a little scared. Like me and Christina are going to walk.
Get in the car, bitches.
We're going to walk 2 steps behind. We're like,
beep, beep, get in the car, bitches.
You guys, go ahead.
Let's go.
God.
Are
That
you
would be
kidding?
The funnest.
Oh my God. Woof.
Well, you guys want to take 5 and we'll come back with stories?
Yes.
And we're back. All right, Cassie.
All right, here we go. All right. So it's not a super long one, but I think it's funny.
Okay, go for it.
Very strange date.
Okay.
Recently went on a first date to get drinks with a lady I met via Tinder. I ended up being very late due to my crazy neighborhood HOA. First of all,
I'm sorry. I need more information.
What are you
need
like storing a boat illegally or like what?
like an HOA meeting that's just like, Susan, we said we get it. We're going to cut our bushes. Okay.
Your grass is 3/4 of an inch too tall. I swear to
I couldn't.
God,
I fucking
no.
could
if
not.
I spent the amount of money that it takes to buy a house,
Kiss
and
my ass.
somebody
Nobody's
told
telling me shit.
What to do? First of all, I hate that in general.
You can't
but
tell
I'm
me
like,
nothing.
No.
Can't tell me shit.
No.
Yeah, no.
After a drink and many apologies, I offered to buy ice cream to make up for my tardiness. While in my car on the way to the Dairy Queen, she mentioned that
I love Dairy Queen. I do.
Ew, I want a dilly bar now.
Peanut butter parfait.
on the way to Dairy Queen, she mentioned that her stepdad made chicken pot pie.
Okay.
I found this to be an awkward conversation starter and brushed it off.
I mean, it's delicious, but
cool.
it's weird.
While chatting over ice cream, she brought this up several more times.
Oh my God.
Saying how he lived just around the corner and she just had to grab the food and we could go.
No. We've been here before.
We've
This is the
been
same person.
here.
No, it's not.
It's
not. It's
She's
not
like,
the
I can
same.
get you a plate for $2.99.
It's different. Different.
We just need to stop. You can have some tasty chicken pot pie.
Y'all could have just had some chicken pot pie, but you don't want 2 cheap to buy from my aunt. All right. I finally agreed. But when I got there, the stepdad's house, things got very awkward. Once again, I was convinced of something I didn't want to do. And this time it was going inside. To my surprise, there was no chicken pot pie.
Why?
What?
And only this girl's stepdad and grandma.
They lured you inside with the promise of chicken pot pie.
Now I'm pissed.
Now I'm mad. Where's my chicken pot pie?
Now I'm
motherfucker?
hungry. Yeah.
While sitting very awkwardly in the kitchen planning my escape, the stepdad heads into the fridge. He reaches into the very back of the top shelf and removes a plastic water bottle filled with red liquid. The explanation of what was in the bottle did not calm my nerves. This lady's stepdad offers me a pre-made Bloody Mary from a water bottle in a shot glass and was offended when I refused his hospitality.
I have so many questions. First of all, how high is the alcohol content in that Bloody Mary that it didn't freeze at all? Secondly, you're having
alcohol
a Bloody
doesn't freeze.
No, but Bloody Mary mix does.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Yeah,
true.
so it would be at
It was
least
in
a
the
little-
refrigerator, not a freezer.
Oh, I thought you said freezer.
Okay. But
Fridge.
even still, like, why would you just do a shot?
A shot. Why is there a shot of a Bloody Mary?
Right. That's a
For
whole
what?
ass
Could you
drink.
imagine? I'm going to just pour you a little shot of Bloody Mary from my fucking water bottle.
And also,
Where's the chicken pot pie?
pie? I was promised pie. Why am I here?
Right.
I wasn't here for a Bloody Mary.
Right.
Out
for
here,
a shot of a Bloody Mary.
In my mind, though, by the way, you guys, like, I just thought about it, and I'm like, he probably means like a water bottle that has like a lid on it or whatever.
Still.
I am in my mind, it's one of those like plastic water bottles that like crinkly.
Oh,
that
you're
rip
talking
the
like a
label up.
Dasani bottle?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I was thinking it was like a water bottle, like a one that you buy, like a thermos type
I
situation.
did not think of that.
But still, I'm just like, why?
It's so weird.
It would be much funnier if it
You
was just a
can't
plastic water
eat
bottle
at
at everybody's
everybody's
house. No.
After about an hour passed and we finally left, I dropped her at her car. After all that, she still tried to kiss me. Thank you, Tinder, but never again.
Yeah, that's just a bizarre
So
set of
weird.
circumstances.
Just a very weird date.
I have so many questions, starting with what held you up with the HOA?
Yes.
Finishing with why did she want you to come inside her aunt and uncle's house?
Yeah.
And
no, her
what
stepdad and her
Or her
grandma's.
stepdad and her grandma's
What
house.
did you do for an hour there?
I hate it.
An
Could you
hour.
imagine?
An hour?
An
Do you know how
hour.
long an hour
It's
is?
so long.
When there's no
Why?
chicken pot
There's
pie.
no chicken pot pie.
It's just one shot of
One
a Bloody
shot
Mary.
of a
Like,
Bloody
you're not
Mary?
even
And then
nursing
he got
a drink.
upset. And then he's mad. He's like, "Oh, you too good for my Bloody Mary shot?"
Because
Oh
during
my
the pandemic, I did come over to your house, Christina, with
Yeah.
you and Eric, and enjoyed a Bloody Mary with you
Right.
on the patio.
But it's a full
Right.
one.
But
not
it was
a
a
shot.
full Bloody Mary. So an hour.
An hour nursing what was
Full
it?
drink?
A 12 ounce. It was
Yeah.
12 ounce.
Yeah.
A full cocktail.
Pint glass.
Yeah. But a shot? A shot.
Bizarre. Okay. All right, I got one. Okay. It was the second date and the last date. The first one was actually okay. Not great, but okay. Dude was quite an accomplished artist and musician who drove partway across the state to my town from up north to pick up art supplies on a semi-regular basis. He asked me to meet him at a dive bar because some of his musician friends were playing that night. He was already shit-faced by the time I got there.
It's never a good look. It's
No.
never a good look. If you know you're going to see someone later in the night, do not drink a bunch.
Pace yourself.
Pace yourself. Also, I would argue like getting super drunk is probably never like a good look, but at least if you're going to do it with the other person.
Yeah, exactly. They asked him to come up on stage and perform with them. He complied, but he was so drunk that
I'm not prepared. I just see the anchor man when he like pulls his flute out of his sleeve.
Oh my God. He complied, but he was so drunk that he royally pissed them off by trying to take over their show, and soon after ended up getting escorted off the stage and subsequently kicked out of the bar by its bouncers after acting like an ass.
Look.
My secondhand embarrassment
Oh,
is like
you-
through
I'm
the
not with her.
fucking
I don't know her.
roof.
I don't know him, first of all.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you've got to know what you're getting yourself into when you invite someone on stage.
Yeah.
That is risky.
By this point, I'd already seen the real him, and I was so embarrassed, and for him and myself, by default, that I practically wanted to die. Even though I'd already lost all respect for him and decided I didn't want to see him again, I offered to let him sleep it off on my couch and drive him back to his van the next day because I thought that would still be better than him killing someone else as a result of an accident.
I mean, she's not
Really
wrong.
nice.
Doing
but
the Lord's work there.
she's absolutely not wrong. But at the same time, like bringing someone who's that wasted into your house is like that is a gamble.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're in for a wild night. He declined because he was afraid something might happen to his van or supplies in the parking lot. But as a compromise, he did agree to follow me back to my house.
Oh no, you shouldn't be driving at all.
No.
Sleep
No.
in your van if that's how you
That's
feel.
exactly
Exactly.
Don't
Then
you
be
should
like,
not be
these
driving.
are
Night-night.
your two options.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll bring your keys back in the morning.
Correct. The dive bar was 10 miles away from
No,
my house.
that's too far.
And
No.
I was a little bit afraid of my SUV getting rear-ended by his van on the whole drive back to my place.
Oh, dude.
He really had to pee by the time we got back to my house.
This isn't going to get better.
I truly have no idea how much liquor or beer he had that night, since he was already shit-faced when I arrived to meet him. He was so drunk he couldn't understand basic directions once he got past the doorway. He just couldn't get it when I told him, step into the hallway, turn left, and keep moving forward. The bathroom is straight down the hall. When you see your reflection in the bathroom mirror, please close the door behind you. I'm guessing you know what a toilet looks like.
No.
Dude, have you ever had to try to explain something to a super drunk person?
I fucking hate. And you drove.
The
fact that you drove and you're having trouble walking to the fucking bathroom.
Danger.
Honestly, fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck
honestly.
you to death.
Yeah.
Dude just couldn't comprehend it. However, he was able to remember where my front door was.
Oh, great. Perfect.
Enter piss number 1.
Oy vey.
Outside my front yard.
And my door is now locked.
We just talked about this and
my door is now locked.
In the
Fuck
Shorty
you,
episode.
Sleep on my porch.
Like there's always that one person. Like I was at a house party one time where a guy peed in a house plant because he was that drunk.
I just so disrespectful.
It's not cute. It's like
don't
it's
get
not
drunk.
cute at
It's
all.
not
It's
cute.
an immediate like switch off for me.
Oh,
Yes.
for sure.
I cannot
Immediately.
look at you. Yeah, no.
FYI, Sir Piss-a-Lot ended up pissing in my front yard around 5 times in about 90 minutes time after all was said and done.
So all the grass is dead. Their HOA is going to be really pissed.
Oh man.
Then he started going off on a tangent about how we were both like 2 unique aliens destined to be together in the universe.
And I'm out.
Are we? I don't think we are destined to be together. What did I do?
You lost me.
My karma's pretty good. I don't think I didn't earn this.
No.
Piss number 2. I told him he was drunk. He needed to go sleep in the family room on the couch on the other side of the closed dog gate away from me.
Go
while
sleep
I
in your
slept
van.
on the couch in the living room with my large pit bull friend close by.
Absolutely.
I also told him he needed to figure out how to walk a straight line down the hallway to the bathroom, and he needed to stop pissing in my front yard before one of my neighbors called the fucking cops on him, because I certainly wasn't about to stick up for him for doing that shit in my damn yard like a dog, and at least the dog had the decency to go piss in the backyard.
No, look, this shit is enough to scare anybody off of dating.
I hate
because
this.
I am not trying to get
fucking
ready
hate
for a
this.
first date thinking like I'm just gonna go to dinner.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a couple drinks. I'm gonna come
and now
home.
you're
Maybe I'll
babysitting a drunk stranger.
And now there's a stranger in my house, and like my night is I had plans after the date. That after the date was supposed to be like get in comfy clothes and like
Right.
watch some 30 Rock and go to bed. And now I have to deal with your fucking ass.
No.
Absolutely not. No.
I hate this.
Piss number 3.
Oh no.
I wasn't going to go to sleep in my bedroom because I was concerned he might drunkenly try to make his way back to my room. And I also didn't trust his stupid self to not wander around my house doing typical dumbass drunkard shit while I slept.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Would you let this
hate
person
this.
sleep in
No.
your house? Like I
The
really would
fuck
be
out
like,
of my
I
house.
think you should sleep in your car and I'll take your keys.
Yeah, he keeps pissing outside in her front yard.
You're getting locked the
close
fuck out.
door and
That's
lock
exactly
it.
fucking right.
Yeah.
You're locked
Yeah,
the fuck
I mean,
out.
like,
Sleep on the porch, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I would take their keys because I don't want them driving because clearly
Right.
they shouldn't be driving.
And then
but,
make
like,
a fucking scene. I'll call the cops on you. You fucking piece of shit.
Piss number 4. He started into a histrionic crying jag outburst about how women never seem to be interested in having sex with him.
I wonder
You
why.
don't say.
Do you think he
You
even
don't
could
fucking say.
at that point?
No, exactly. Yeah, whiskey dick is a thing.
He can't find the bathroom. He certainly can't find the clip. We're done.
So true. Dude, stop pissing in my front fucking yard. The finale was piss number 5. 5th verse, same as the first. All were out front. Each one was worse. That's like fucking poetry.
The way that my door is
that.
locked.
Stormed out of my house after pissing in my yard one last time to drive home into the night, shit-faced as fuck. And he lived over 2 hours away.
No, I
Fuck
hope
you.
he
I would have
didn't-
called the cops.
I hope he didn't kill
I would have called the
somebody.
fucking
Seriously.
police. If you're going to leave my fucking house, you're going to fucking DUI. Absolutely not.
No.
I'm furious.
Well, I'm
furious.
scared they're gonna kill some. He's gonna kill someone.
Absolutely.
Like that's so.
I'm furious.
So
I can't.
It's not. It goes beyond just
Disrespect.
a turn off.
You're right.
it goes beyond just disrespectful.
That's right.
Like you're fucking rolling the dice that you're gonna kill an innocent fucking person.
That's right.
And that is so
not on my conscience.
No. Yeah.
And listen, I am
feel partially responsible.
We know I'm not call the cops for shit. Like I don't
me neither.
trust them to do shit for anything. But if you're fucking DUI leaving my house, I will fucking. That's my first fucking.
Well,
call.
I'm scared. Yeah, genuinely, because I'm like, people have killed people without meaning to.
I know people
every
who've died
day.
from shit like that.
Yep.
I know people who've died drinking and driving.
Yeah.
No, fuck you.
He called the next
so
day
mad.
to leave a long-winded and deeply embarrassed message about his asinine behavior and let me know he managed to make it home in one piece without causing an accident. This was not only a miracle, but it was also the only decent thing that ended up happening that entire night. I never returned his call. That was the only time I ever used Plenty of Fish to find a date.
Well, there you go. I mean, listen, if you're having nights like that, especially if you're having nights like that more than once, if that's not a one-off, if you've had nights like that on more than one occasion, seek help. Because like it's not normal.
That's awful.
That's not normal drinking. Like it's like
listen, I'm of the mindset if you're gonna do something and it puts yourself in danger and that's your thing, whatever. But like behavior like that, you are threatening
I'm furious.
innocent fucking people around you. And that's like that's not just like a dating turnoff. That's like you're not allowed to do that. You can't do that.
No, you can't. This is society. You're not allowed to be here if you're going to behave like that. Okay, this is why we can't have nice things.
Right.
All right.
I hope this doesn't make me as angry as that story because that one was.
It will not.
Oh, good.
It will not. This is a teenage date story.
Okay.
In fact, it starts with, this was my first date.
Please tell me there's karate involved.
There is not. Well, first off, I didn't want to go. It was all her effort in asking me, then setting everything up, all while I was too slow to think of a good excuse to get me out without making me look bad. Because after all, I thought she was cute, but I didn't really feel ready for dating.
Let me tell you, there is nothing cuter in my mind than like a teenage, motivated, on top of her shit girl who takes charge and a nervous like teenage
that's a situation. She was like, we're doing this. And he was like, okay. Yeah.
All right.
I was like 14 or 15. 14 or 15.
He's like, I'm not ready for this.
I'm not ready. I don't want to do that. I don't want to go.
Baby angel.
He doesn't want to go. I was like 14 or 15 and didn't have a car. So she had my brother drop me off at her house to meet her parents. Why? In all caps and parentheses. Why? A menacing Italian giant greeted me at the door with a terrible scowl, then an evil smile welcoming me.
Oh no.
Into his home. He shook my hand off guard, which shook the whole right side of my body, and then remarked to her later that I had a sissy shake.
Oh, that's
he's
so
14.
He's a baby.
Dad.
Why am I also picture this in my head? You're telling me this story and it's like the late 80s. Like his older brother that drops him off is like the quintessential older brother.
He's wearing a crop top. He's got sweater there. Well, it had to have been later than that because he does have a cell phone. It was later than that. It's probably, I'm picturing like early 2000s.
Yeah.
Then I was there for 20 minutes waiting for her to finish getting ready, slowly dying. 20 minutes at 14 with someone else's family is an eternity.
Hour. That's like 3 hours.
Yeah. Mind you, I didn't even know what we were doing until I got to her house. He didn't plan this date. So
he's like, I've just showed up.
So I'm stewing in this turbulent sea of uncertainty and dread.
Aww.
She finally comes downstairs and everyone's silent. A good minute goes by.
Oh no.
Apparently, I had missed my cue. Everyone's acting as if they're on the tips of their toes.
No.
Yeah,
they expected that movie thing where she
goes. Yeah, well, I think they're waiting for him to compliment her.
Yes.
Like, you look so beautiful or whatever.
She gave me this confused glare and I gasped and looked around me for comfort. Anywhere, someone, give me something. Gosh, you look so pretty, I spouted.
That'll do.
A collective relief fills the room and the rhythm returns to normal. I looked over and her dad's stare turned me into jelly with his miserable, condescending eyes.
Oh, man.
I found out we're going to see a movie. Okay.
All right.
How are we getting there? In came her giant dad, who ordered us to hop into his little car. If there was anything I enjoyed about that date, it was watching this man that I loathe so much squeeze into this clown car.
It's like a fucking Geo Metro or something.
It's a smart car. And chauffeur his daughter and this goober around. So we arrived at the movie theater plaza, and after watching her eat, along with an awkward explanation of how I ate before I came because I wasn't hungry and didn't know what was going on, the time came for me to pick a film to watch. Wow, what's out? Well, there's a dance flick, or we could watch this, or we could watch this. I don't really care. You get to choose. Thanks, I guess. The one time I had any control over my fate, I blow it.
No.
Guess what this idiot chose to watch on an already miserable date?
I can't wait.
Angels and Demons.
Is that fucking Dan Brown book?
Yes,
Like
it's
Tom
a Da Vinci
Hanks?
Code sequel.
The sequel. It's the second one.
Yes. I had no idea. I just signed myself up for some 3 odd hours.
No. Is it really that long?
Yes, it's like almost 3 hours long. It's so long.
Shut up.
Yes.
I feel like I just watched those recently and I didn't.
Yeah, you watched them like last year and
Yeah.
you were telling us about them. It was so long, I actually developed a routine. I would watch for a while. She would make some gesture or movement indicating she wanted some attention. I freak out, go to the bathroom because actually the barbecue I ate before was getting to me. Now that I was under so much stress, and repeat about 5 or 6 times. There was actually a point near the end of the movie where she brought out her phone, bright as day in there. Rude, I thought. But
She's probably bored too. She's like, oh my god.
She's like angels and fucking demons.
you
dude.
picked this movie? I didn't even see the first one. But she had an angle. She had been texting her friend, and she pivoted and shuffled about in her seat until I had no option but to look at her phone screen. The text, "Did he make a move yet?" Her response, "Not yet." Jesus Christ, kill me now.
Oh
no, he's not ready for
I'm not ready,
this.
baby. But no, I remained the vigilant gargoyle statue throughout the entire movie. I might have even been out of spite. It might have even been out of spite from having been forced to read that. We walked out and she started bringing me to a Barnes & Noble. I asked, why? What's over there that you want?
Oh no.
My dad's meeting me there and taking us back to my house. Fuck that. I enter fight or flight mode. My mind was turning in a million different directions at once, all trying to figure out how to get out of there. So I use my now classic bathroom excuse and power walk inside and call my brother.
Please come get
Ryan,
me.
please come get me. It's so bad and I'm so miserable and she's so bold and I just can't take it anymore.
Oh no.
All in caps, all one string of words.
Oh no.
I sobbed, "Whoa, hold your horses. Fine, I'll come and get you. Just stop." Now I had to break it to her. "Hey, yeah, my brother's already here to get me and he's been waiting for a while now." Why I said that, I had no idea.
Oh no. She's like, let me meet him or whatever.
No.
I didn't really have much room for thinking with all the fear and adrenaline soaking my brain. "Oh, that's a bummer. We were going to blah, blah, blah." I didn't care. I stopped listening. I just know the last place I want to be is in her presence.
Oh, no.
I wanted to go hide under a rock somewhere.
Oh, baby.
So we part ways after some weird hand touch gesture thing that I couldn't even begin to describe. And my stupid ass thinks I got off scot-free with the brother card. So I plant myself on a bench under a bright lamp to make visible every detail of my face. I started recovering my sanity slowly there. I was able to process everything.
She's like, "I thought your fucking brother was here."
Yeah. And so like her and her dad literally pull to a stop right in fucking front of him.
Of
And
course
then
they do.
look over.
I started recovering my sanity there. I was able to process everything that the night threw at me. My guard was at its lowest when all of a sudden brakes screeched like 20 feet in front of me at the nearest street. I look up, startled at the noise, only to lock eyes with her giant Italian father. For a brief moment that felt like an eternity, confusion, anger, fear, humiliation hit me like a tsunami at the speed of light. I'll never forget her almost disgusted look in her confusion and his angry yet deviously satisfied look.
Oh my God.
He knew what he saw, a broken boy, and he liked it.
Oh no. Oh no.
They peeled away out of sight, but remained for so very long in my mind. 20 minutes later, I was picked up, and that was my horrible first date. Haven't gone on a date since. She might have broken me. LOL.
Oh, no.
He's
like, I can't.
The thing is, she didn't even do anything wrong.
No.
It's just like this was a boy who was not ready to go on a date.
Right.
Like he was just
Not there yet.
ready. And like she kind of pushed him into going on a date he wasn't ready for, and he was too scared
To say no.
She didn't do anything wrong.
No.
Like, you know, it's just like he was like, no. I don't want to
I
put
don't-
my arm around
I don't want
you.
this.
I don't want to kiss you.
Angels and demons. Oh my God.
He panicked. Angels and demons.
Oh.
Should have picked Step Up too, my dog.
Totally.
Oh,
Oh, my
man.
gosh. Well, you guys want to take 5 and we'll come back with the Tainted Love?
Yeah.
Sounds good. Oh, and we're back. I have the tainted love for you.
Oh.
All right.
And this is Ye Old Tainted Love Mystery.
I love it.
I love a ye oldie.
I've
Yep.
actually been thinking about that. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do for the next Tainted Love, and I'm
Yeah.
like, maybe I want to throw it back. It's just so fun.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I'm like, it's funny because I actually almost did. Okay, so we have to talk about this because there's not enough information for either of you guys to do this one yet.
Yeah.
But have you heard about
The catfishing cop?
Yes.
What?
Why did you know immediately what I was
I
going to say?
didn't.
Oh, I knew it
What's
exactly.
that? What's this?
This guy he was a Virginia like cop. He had just gotten onto the force or whatever.
Catfished a 17-year-old.
15.
Oh, 15?
15.
Oh, yeah. Came and like killed her whole fucking family.
In
Oh my
California.
God.
Yeah.
Drove from fucking Virginia across the country.
Oh my God.
Pretended to be a fucking teenager online to meet her.
Yeah, totally like tall, hot blonded her.
That
Killed
is so
her
sad.
fucking grandma and grandpa and her mom.
Yep.
And
It's
fucking
terrible.
kidnapped her.
Why are people
Honestly.
The end.
awful?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's terrible. That's so sad.
So that was the story I was wanting to kind of tell, but it's like it's just so
still
much. It's too
developing.
new. Yeah. I found a ye old. And
love it.
so this is the story of Marguerite Jeannie Japy.
Ooh.
She was born in Beaucourt in the territory of Belfort, basically, which is an area in France that was kind of not annexed, but like taken over by Germany. But this territory specifically was like, nah, fuck y'all. We're French. And they were like, I'm sorry, people. There's too much French blood here. They're going to have to keep it.
Yeah.
Did I tell
Great.
you what I love is that you said her name and I started writing Marguerite and then I just stopped and I
Yeah.
was like,
You're like,
I'll reference
yeah.
the sheet later.
I'll look at the sources on that. I mean, like, truly, just copy paste. Copy paste is the best.
I was like,
Exactly.
Truly, yeah. Can I take this moment? I know that like it has nothing to do with anything really, except for that you're talking about Germany, and then I was like thinking about that area, and I just want to give a quick shout out to Poland. Because
it was like our top 5
they're in our
countries.
top 5 countries, like, and all the other countries love y'all too. It's US, UK, Canada, and Australia. But those make sense. I'm like, oh, those are all like, you know, English as a first language speaking
native
countries.
mother tongue.
But Poland,
coming in hot.
came in
What's
hot
up?
there in the top 5. Shout out to you. Love
Will
you.
I come to Poland to visit you?
Don't twist
100%.
my arm.
I
100%.
mean, will do. So Marguerite, she actually went by Meg. That was her name. I
Love
think that's
it.
super cute. Meg's father, Edward, comes from like a really wealthy, rich kind of industrial family, but he's kind of this black sheep of the family. He had his family kind of, I don't want to say disowned him, but they did kind of like separate themselves
Like,
from.
we don't talk to Eddie.
Yeah, no.
So, like, why was he the black sheep?
So I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
Because Edward.
I need to know which side I need to plant my flag on.
Yeah,
Was he, like,
yeah.
good black sheep or like bad black sheep, you know?
Yeah, well, he actually was really interested in marrying the daughter of an innkeeper.
Oh.
So she was not in the same class, but don't get too on his side because she was also like 15 years old or 14 years old when they met. And
well, what time period was this?
so this
also?
is like 1800s, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Still-
okay,
still
but
gross.
Feels
but
questionable.
wait,
Yeah, I'm
okay,
like 14.
So back on his side though, he did arrange for her to attend a boarding school in Stuttgart for 2 years before they were married. So he was like, I know that she's not quite ready to marry me yet. She's a little young.
I'm
not
gonna keep
done
my
yet.
flag with myself though. I'm not planting it anywhere.
Not yet. Not yet. I'm not.
Hold that
I'm not
flag.
ready. I'm
Yeah, you're like, I don't
reserving judgment.
No.
How old is he?
It doesn't say.
Okay.
But he's definitely an adult.
But not 14.
He is not 14.
Well, he's the how is he? He's related to Meg.
He's Meg's father.
But Meg's not born yet.
Meg's not born at this time. But I'm explaining to you where she comes from.
Absolutely.
Right?
Okay.
Got it.
Meg's father is Edward. Edward's black sheep of the
We're really
family.
trying hard to be like, is he okay or
we
not?
all drink wine tonight. Let's try to keep it together.
Okay. Got it.
Meg's father, Edward, black sheep of the family. He's black sheep of the family because he wanted to marry a 14-year-old. This is not the Tainted Love. The 14-year-old went to Stuttgart.
It's probably not the fact that she was 14 that was the thing that made them black sheep. It was the fact that she was an innkeeper's daughter.
Got it. Definitely, it feels like it was more class-based. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, but she, that was her mother. They did live happily, had a big family, and here's, beautiful Marguerite. Meg comes along at the age of 17. She was a big time daddy's girl. Like, she was like the apple of his eye. This was her dad could do no wrong. This is like her daddy is everything.
Okay.
And she always kind of, it seems to, from some of the things that I'd found, which, by the way, all of my stuff will be in the show notes for sure. But specifically, from what there's a book that's recently been written, and in the book, she talks a little bit about like how like their relationship was, and it seems as though that he was kind of not a good guy to her mother. There was kind of some awful stuff. But she always felt very kind of like about the way her mother kind of was real passive. And so she was kind of seen, like, even her like nannies and stuff would talk about like how she was a real go-getter. Like, she was really much more like her dad. She was much more emulated him. She wanted to be like the, bold one. She was going to find, herself a bold man. And at the age of 17, she did become involved with this friend of her brother's. She was super into him. He was a lieutenant. His name was also Edward, funny enough. Edward Sheffer.
We got to get more names out there.
Yeah, 1800s, late 1800s did not come with a bunch of fresh names.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, gotta get creative out there.
Yeah, really.
Guys.
Marguerite and Edward were the only two.
Yeah, pretty much. John and Mary here and there.
In the States. Yeah, in the US, that's it. John and Mary. That's literally my grandparents' names.
Yep.
Yeah.
Literally.
It's everybody's
John and Mary.
Everybody has, my grandpa is Johnny. Everybody has a John.
Yeah.
And we gotta quit it.
Well, we got a baby John, and I do love a baby Johnny.
Mm-hmm.
I do. It's a teenage John you got to worry about. I'm telling you. All right. Anyway, so age of 17, she becomes involved with this friend of her brother's, Lieutenant Edward Sheffer. But her father is not having it. He's not fucking into it. He's like, absolutely not. And the biggest reason he's like, absolutely not, is because they got engaged behind his back. And he's like, that is not how we do it.
The disrespect.
I'm not I'm reserving my flag forever from this guy. Yeah. I don't trust him.
He doesn't deserve your flag.
Yeah. Like, he's got control problems.
He does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And this is in 1888. This happens. She gets sent to live with her sister. He's like, not on my fucking watch. You're not going to be engaged to some guy that I don't know, some military man that we don't even know.
Wait, I'm sorry. Put the fucking pause on this.
Yeah.
You married a 15-year-old innkeeper's daughter.
16. She was 16.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah. I'm just like, you can't do that.
He's like, I can do what I want. I'm the father.
And you can do what I want.
And I'm the father.
That's right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he sends her off. He's like, no, you can go live with your sister in the south of France. And so she does. She goes to move with her sister. It's not long after that. It's in 1888 that Edward, her father, Edward, does die of a sudden heart attack. Meg now is at 19 at this point, right? So not only, she's kind of had this love of her life or whatever that's been taken away from her, but also her father, who was like also kind of the love of her life. Like her dad is like, she loved her dad. Like her dad was her like idol, right? So for her, this was kind of a really tough break.
Yeah.
Like, this is a big break. Also, too, she's still single. She's 19. My God.
She's like old maid.
Yeah, the clock is running out.
I mean, the cobwebs.
1880s.
Yeah. You got it. TikTok, bitch.
Yeah.
You got to get it in. Yeah.
Cobwebs are growing. Mm-hmm. So, like I said, she's 19 at this time. She's living in France with her sister, Juliet, which she's born in France. She's living on the south of France with her sister, Juliet, who lived in Bayonne. Juliet had married an engineer, so she's living it up. And he her engineer husband introduces her to a friend of his, which is this painter. His name's Adolf Steinheil.
We don't like that name.
I mean, yeah, but it was before. They didn't know. They didn't know.
It was early. It's 1800s. It doesn't
count yet.
Hold that thought, though. It will. It will. You don't want it to, but it will. 20 years older than her. Elder by 20 years. He instantly, of course, he falls in love with a fucking 19-year-old.
Yeah,
he's like, oh my gosh,
beautiful.
she's
She's got that tight young skin.
Oh yeah, just barely moves.
Yep.
He does eventually persuade her though to marry him. Meg really kind of talks about it later on and was kind of like, I wasn't in love with him, but he's
what
an
else
artist.
am I doing?
Right. What else am I doing?
She's like, I'm TikTok. He's like, I'm getting older.
He's doing okay in his artist career. He's not like a top artist. He's not somebody we talk about in art history.
Yeah.
You know, like he's not like renowned or anything, but he does a lot of like traditional artwork at the time.
He's okay. She's about to hit the big 2-0.
Yeah, you gotta get it in there while you can. And she's like, the big thing here though is that he's an artist, which means that he will also be put up in a studio in Paris.
Oh yeah, she's like, this is a one-way ticket to Paris.
Paris, you got artist friends.
Yeah,
and this is around the time of Lost Generation.
This is
she's about to meet
right about.
This is the perfection time.
She's about to meet like a hot young.
This is the time of perfection. This is exactly when you want to be in Paris. This is exactly when you want to be in Paris.
This is before Lost Generation, right? Because Lost Generation was this is World War I.
This is before World War One.
1880s Paris.
Yeah. So it's like 1889, I think, when they get married.
Okay.
So like, yeah, you're talking about 1889. I'm sorry, 1890 is when they get married.
Okay.
So right.
So yeah, you're talking about 20 years before the World War II.
It's still the salons.
Yes, exactly right.
Yeah,
yes,
it's still the time of just like great ideas,
everything's
great
happening.
thinkers. Everything's happening in Paris.
Yes.
I do want to just say, I said World War II. I meant World War I.
No, you
I'm
said
not
one.
stupid. Did I say?
You said World War I. You're correct. Yeah, it's World War I. Pre-World War I. Exactly.
Yes.
So within the year, they have a daughter, Martha. Well, Marthe. Marthe.
Martha.
Exactly. I don't know. Somebody said something about my accent. Now I'm like super conscious about it.
No, you're fine.
Anyway, after the birth of their daughter, though, she and Adolf like have a deep falling out. Nobody really understands or knows what happens. Like it seems as though
they rushed into a marriage when she was 19.
It could be that
they didn't know each other very well.
It literally could be
they don't
that.
like each other very much, actually. Probably.
It could, of course, be that. It also there was also some. And I don't know how much truth is behind this. I know that there is some stuff I'd heard that they had said that he might have been more attracted to men. And at the time, it wasn't, obviously, that's taboo. You're not going to openly live in, a gay relationship. That's like so taboo, 1890s. There's some speculation.
It's hearsay.
It's hearsay. I don't know how much of that's true. At whatever it is, they have a deep falling now, and she wants to leave him. She's like, I'm fucking done with this marriage. She's like, we've had our daughter, I'm out of here. But after some conversation and contemplation, being talked out of it by her friends and her family, she agrees that divorce would be actually more scandalous than it was worth. And they come to an agreement. They're like, you know what? We clearly don't love each other. We've clearly fallen out of love very quickly.
I do my thing.
Here's my room. There is your room, and this is our daughter's room.
I have to be honest that like knowing
that's kind of best case scenario.
Truly,
that's
like
nice.
knowing what I know about like relationships in that time period and prior, I'm like, honestly,
best case scenario,
having this kind of like business relationship marriage where you're like, you do you, I do me, and like we're married for the assets.
Right.
Actually, kind of seems like this might be the best it will get.
Well, because I mean, if you don't have that kind of protection from a man or money during that time period,
right.
That's like the time period of like Jack the Ripper in London and stuff like that. Like you had no options as a woman.
Women did not. I do want to clarify. Like I'm not saying that like the best thing is for you to be in like a loveless marriage, but I am saying
not in 2022. It's
right,
not.
but like
but in 1890.
in this situation, it's like women couldn't own property. Like they had no real like rights to do anything. So I'm just like, if you're in a situation where you're just like, your husband is just like,
and you can't get a divorce because it's scandalous. You'll never get another husband that way.
Yeah. It's just kind of like, okay, that honestly seems like
not the worst
comfortable way to live.
Honestly, it really, honestly, best case scenario at the time. You're absolutely right. But and from this point on, they literally they have their own separate lives, really, seemingly, and it really, you know, it ends up being fine. Like, you know, it doesn't seem like anybody has any real issues with this at all. Society life is just. This is what she was fucking made for. Yeah. She is like living her life. She's like grand salon, entertaining in their home. It's thinkers and artists and everybody from Bartholdi, who made the Statue of Liberty. Like she says in her memoirs that he literally shared a sketch with her of Statue of Liberty. Can you imagine?
If the three of us were alive in this time, the fun we would have, outside of all the racism. Yeah. Just set that aside.
Minus the you're going to get skid marks on your sheets.
Everyone showered once a month, maybe.
You're going to get skid marks on your sheets. Yes, it's going to be a very stinky time. At any rate, so her salon became one of the fixtures in Paris society. And there she entertained, like I said, many notables of the day, painters, composers, thinkers, like philosophers, all of this. And this is like very much like she's living her best life, right? She is known in society for her beauty. People speak of her beauty, but also they speak discreetly of the affairs that she seems to be having.
Hey, how about mind your business?
Yeah, right.
If they're,
I feel like it makes me interesting.
And also, Adolphe does not seem to be bothered by it at all.
Are fine by it. Yeah, I'm just like, look, they got their thing,
which I think is why it was kind of like one of those things that wasn't quote unquote a big deal. Like it was kind of like, oh yeah. She's seeing blah, blah, blah now, and because Adolphe. You don't want to pronounce it that way. Adolphe seemed to be so unbothered by it. It kind of was that. It was just, oh, this is who she is.
Yep.
Also, he seemed to get completely unbothered by it because also he's
doing his own thing.
Yeah, he's doing his own thing, and also her affairs are kind of lucrative for him. As a painter, he receives many commissions from many of her lovers. One of which is none other than Félix Faux, who is the president of the Republic.
But listen, everybody is having a good time.
It no problems.
Yeah,
I see nothing wrong here.
Yeah,
no. She is, though, it is this affair, though, that leads to quite a scandal. On one of her visits to the Presidente, he in the Palace Élysée, by the way, at the time, he is having multiple affairs as well.
Right.
Okay.
She is like, No,
the president.
The president.
Okay. Presidente.
Felix,
okay.
Yes.
Got it.
He is having many scandalous affairs, but nobody seems very upset about this. This is kind of like,
of course they're not.
Nobody gives a shit. Like everybody's having their thing.
It's fine.
But at the time, she's kind of like, oh yeah, I'm helping him write his memoir. That's why I'm over there all the time. So it's like a very wink, wink. I'm helping him write his memoir, wink. And while she was there one day helping him with his memoir, the staff hears a loud noise coming from the room, and they're like, oh no, like he's in trouble. And they come in and find he has either been having like a seizure or a heart attack. They don't know what's happening. And they discreetly remove Meg from the premises out the back door. He dies literally hours later from this. The rumors quickly start to spread, though, that his death was due to a scandalous blowy.
Oh my God, a poisonous blowjob?
No, not poisonous.
Just a blowjob so good his heart stopped.
Yeah.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah.
Dude.
From one of his mistresses.
You can get a better referral.
You're putting that on your resume. That's what I was about to say. You're putting that shit on your resume immediately. Yeah. Yes.
Killed the president with a blowy.
You're like, so good, your heart will stop.
Oh shit. So funny enough, like, so the scandal started around this as like the story wasn't linked to Meg initially. It was linked to a different affair that he was having, kind of a well-known mistress who was an actress at the time. And then it kind of started to come out that no, it was actually Meg this whole time. The story did not harm her. The story did, in fact,
of course
it did.
Boosted her reputation as the good time gal with a killer blowy.
Yeah, I would make t-shirts.
Men are
kidding?
lining up around the block. They're like, I have to know.
Literally, they are.
They're like, YOLO. If I die, I die.
Exactly.
Yeah, it just made her a fucking hit, dude.
Yeah.
And so
like, at least he died happy.
Yeah, I guess.
You know?
So I guess the stories that were going around, it would like everything from like kind of like the really mild, like, oh, he was found with his pants around his ankles, and you know, to the like there was also a story going around.
They were like, her lipstick was on his dick.
The story was like he like had a heart attack or whatever when she was literally attached to him and his hands clutched her hair so hard they had to cut her hair.
How much would you freak out if you were giving a blowy and he died and rigor mortis set in with his fingers locked in your hair?
No.
You got.
Oh my God.
Man, they loved a scandal back then.
They did. And
nothing's new.
People selling penny dreadfuls like make the blowjob queen.
Yeah. So again, I mean, so did not disturb her happy-go-lucky life at all. But around 1905, her husband was starting to ailing. He's starting to get a little older. He's not really able to do much painting. He's not really able to like earn a lot of money. And so she has to start dialing it back. The funds are starting to wear thin.
Yeah.
She's not able to like open and entertain lavishly like she used to in her salon.
I got a money-making idea.
Honestly.
She can make her own money. Come on.
Her current lover at the time, Emile Chenard, was a wealthy widower and with no wife to worry about. He was well aware of Adolphe's condition, and he knew he wasn't going to protest. So he was like, hey, why don't we just fuck off to the country?
Yeah.
And, you know,
like what is he going to do?
This
Come
countryside. I mean, that way we don't have to like prance, like pretend and like, you know, try to covertly have an affair in the city. And, you know, she did. She was like, she fucked off to the country with, you know, Emile. And by 1907, though, this is like 2 years later.
She's like, I'm bored.
He actually broke it off with her. It had run its course, and he was just like, nah, I'm done. And so he broke it off. But you know what? Never deterred. She very shortly after meets Emmanuel de Balincourt. And this affair doesn't have a long lifespan because she was like, you know what you need is a portrait. And do I have the guy for you?
And meanwhile, like, Adolphe is like,
so when he meets Adolphe and his state, he's like, I can't fucking do this.
yeah, no.
He's like, I can't do this old fucking man here, dude. So he's like, nah, you know, this ain't for me. So not deterred though.
It's like cameras exist now, I think. I'll just get someone to take my
heading
picture.
into the 20th century.
Exactly.
I'm good.
I'm good.
So he's like, no, thank you. But not long after, and again, not deterred, Meg found herself a nice country mare with some standing, Maurice Bordereau. The widowed man was quite smitten with her, and Meg, she was like, it seems as though like this is not just kind of like your typical like affair. This guy was really deeply falling for her, and very quickly. And Meg was like, well, you know what? I guess I could just divorce my husband, and we could pursue our relationship from that point. And he was like, time out. I'm sorry. I cannot marry a divorced woman.
Okay, then fuck up. What?
I can't marry. I have 3 children. They'll never get married.
So they're like, we need to.
Well, so, you know, she's like, well, I don't know what to do then. And she's like, I guess I guess it's just not going to work then. So dejected, she goes back to Paris. Her daughter at this time, Martha, is now 17. She's engaged, like you do.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, she got in right away.
Yep,
she wasn't
She's like,
dilly-dallying around. She's like, I saw mom, single, 19, not trying to be like that.
No.
Yeah.
Right. She's engaged. She's no longer living at home. And Meg's mother comes to visit. She's in from out of town. And on the morning of May 31st, 1908, Adolphe's valet, Remy Couillard, hears cries for help coming from Martha's room. And this is where he finds Meg naked and gagged and bound to the bed. She had given her mother
the scandal.
Her bed.
Can you imagine?
Oh my God. She had given her mother her bed, she claims, because it was much more comfortable. And that's why she was sleeping in Martha's room. She tells Remy there's been an intruder, and he calls out for the police. And that's when the police come in and they find Adolphe and Meg's brother both strangled.
What?
So she explains to them that the previous night she had been awakened by a gang in her room, 3 men and a red-haired woman who had threatened her at gunpoint and said, tell me where your father keeps his goods, his money, right? And that's what she's telling the cops. She's like, I don't know what happened. I just know that I was held at gunpoint. I was then gagged and bound to this bed. I have no clue what happened after that.
Wait, Meg was bound?
Yes.
Oh, okay. And
yes,
and Adolphe and her mom are
and her
dead.
mom.
That's right. But
okay.
she's in Martha's room, right?
Uh-huh.
So she's like, well, maybe they thought I was the daughter when they snuck in.
Yeah, no, you don't look just like your daughter. Somebody was like,
It's like my episode last week. She's like,
sisters.
yeah, I'm
Oh
so
my God.
young looking.
You're like,
The way my mom has definitely pulled that out. I'm like, Mom, you're like 30 years older
like,
than me.
stop it. You don't like
The
look.
way that like somebody
Somebody-
just left like like a bus tour or something. She's like, they're like, oh, you guys look like you could be sisters. You know they're fucking
They're
around.
being nice.
And she's like, thank you.
Yeah, they're
I know.
being
You're
nice to
no,
you.
Mom,
Like, look.
you have literally all gray hair. We do not look like sisters. I love you so much, but we do not look like sisters.
I love you to pieces. It's not the case.
It sounds like Meg just wanted to be with Maurice.
Uh-huh.
Well, Meg found her, like I said, she'd been bound and tied, and her story was that these people had broken in. And she's like, I told them where he kept his money. But one of the things that, the police were really concerned about was that, why had her mother been killed? Like, why would somebody have killed her mother? Why would somebody kill them when she told them where the money was? And there was hardly anything actually stolen. None of her jewels were stolen. You got to stop lying to people about thieves.
Yes.
Right, yeah, if you're
we
not
just
stealing
talked
something.
about
Yeah,
this
just talked
last
about
week.
this.
Like,
Yeah.
you
Steal shit
look.
then. Also, too, the one side of it was like there was a lot of things against her, but the other side of it was the costumes that she told these people were wearing had literally just been stolen that evening from a nearby theater. So what she had said that they came in with. So there were things like on both sides that like her story was matching. Like, well, this could be like they did the things that she said they were wearing were literally stolen from a theater right up the street.
Oh.
So how would she have known that? That's really bizarre. So there was a lot of speculation. Nobody really knew what was going on, but she kind of kept telling the officers too. She was like, yeah, the theater. She's like, I know a guy that goes there all the time, and that's him. He's the suspect. It's definitely this guy. And so the man, though, the police were like, no, he's got a full alibi. Well, she doesn't end her accusations there. Later, she fingers her housekeeper's son as a suspect, which was also a lie. It's this ever-changing
You have
story.
to stop
Finger pointing
to the help. Stop doing that. Yep. That's really fucked up.
Yeah.
Rich people.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So it's this finger pointing. This will be the least of the things that'll bother you about her.
Great.
The finger pointing that leads the police to ultimately suspect her and subsequently arrest her. So they do. Their accusations were that Meg had killed her husband in order to clear the deck, basically, to marry
Maurice.
her lover, Maurice Bourdrel. Meg spent a year in Saint Lazare prison awaiting her trial.
Wow, she spent a year.
A year awaiting her trial. It was such a spectacle that tickets to watch this event became kind of like a high commodity. Like people were like,
yeah, there ain't shit else to
yeah.
do.
I mean, and the courts had already said, we're only letting like 100 people in this place. We're not, this isn't going to get crazy. Okay. So during the trial, though, she blamed all the false accusations that she had said due to the panic that she had in the heavy police inquiry. Like she was like, I just kept getting badgered by them. So I just didn't have any choice but to make up stuff. I just didn't know what to say.
Okay.
Eventually, though, her defense does point out that there's a lack of motive. Like, first of all, why would she kill her mother? Right?
Yeah.
Why would she kill her fucking mother?
I mean, that's true.
For what? And then
Unless her mom knew something.
it didn't seem to add up. Like nothing added up. She could have killed him in his sleep in a different room, or she could have done it when her fucking mom wasn't visiting. There's so many ways that this could have been avoided, right? Mm-hmm. Eventually the defense, though, also just kind of tears into this, that there's a lack of motive, the weakness of the motive for Adolphe's clearly embroiled in this notorious murder case. There's no way that Maurice is going to have that's going to be just as unwelcome as a divorced woman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's no way he's going to be like,
it's more scandal.
yeah, this isn't going to help her win this guy over. So the jury does come back and says not guilty. Meg is released. Years later, she does put out a memoir in which she claims that this was all tied to the Russians and like, what? And that there's also
Russia.
like the Bolshevik
like she's like it was.
It's around that time. It's right before that. Yeah.
And she's like, and also she also thinks that there might be some awful racist, anti-Semitic shit that she doesn't bear repeating,
right?
That she blames as well.
Okay.
So
wow.
it was just so it's never been quote unquote solved.
Okay.
No one knows exactly what happened.
Interesting.
Yeah. And
did she go on to marry Maurice?
She did not.
Okay.
She did not.
He was like, no, I got too much heat.
Yeah. Thank you. Oh, definitely. Yeah. No, I mean, this is
the
not.
The blowjob is tempting, but
however,
I gotta pass.
Yeah. In fact, Paris becomes a place in which she's no longer. She's like, I can't live here any further. So she ends up moving to eventually London, where she does find another lover and
wonderful
marries and lives happily ever after. She's like 84 years old. So
excellent.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And now I want to check out that book.
Yeah. The book is called The Red Widow.
Ooh.
Wow. That is a really spicy title.
Yeah. The Red Widow, and it's got an extended name, but yeah.
Wonderful.
Wow.
Sarah
Never heard of
Horowitz. I do remember that.
I love a Wayback Machine story. That's so fun.
Yeah. First of all, the way I looked 50 times to see if we had done it.
I mean, that's just kind of the state of things now. To let the listeners
I remember the blowjob that killed the president.
I
That would be locked in my brain.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, we've done this.
100%. Yeah.
Exactly.
Unless there's another oldie one. Let me go digging.
Let's keep looking.
History is dark and full of terrors for sure. Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
But that is what it's like, for some behind the scenes. That is what it's like. It's like every single time I'll hear a story and then I'll be like, did we do that?
Yeah.
I don't know if we did. And then I'm searching our sheet for every possible iteration.
We started doing that and tracking that because we would have repeated some for sure.
100%. 100%. Oh, such a good one though, Cass. Yeah, it's great.
What are you
guys watching this week?
I watched, first of all, I did watch both of the holiday Great British Bake Offs because I did finish Great British Bake Off.
Okay,
it was adorable
excellent.
And I loved it. And I watched the holiday ones and it's just, it's the
No
holidays
tacos.
around here. No tacos. But it is the holidays around here. I put up my tree. I've got my lights up. I'm feeling very holiday-ish. But then I watched See How They Run, which is a movie. It's got Saoirse Ronan, Sam Rockwell, David Oyelowo. It's a big cast. It's very much in the vein of like Knives Out.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm fucking in. Are you
it's
kidding?
like Agatha Christie murder mystery.
Yeah. Okay.
Kind of
I think
situation.
you'd like it.
Oh, I'm already.
I did like
you
it.
had me.
Yeah, I did like
that's
it.
my shit.
I will say, I think that I enjoyed Knives Out more than this one. But
I'm excited to see the sequel.
Yeah, me too.
Me too.
But I did see how they run. It is fun. It's it's a romp.
Say no more. I'm in.
Yeah, so it's on HBO Max if you're interested in watching that. Yeah.
Okay.
I am completely obsessed with White Lotus, and I'm constantly checking for different people's theories about this season.
Shit,
I'm liking it even more than the first season. If anybody's got anything they want to put their theory out, definitely email us because I'm always willing to talk about it. And
put Christina in the subject line.
Because I haven't seen it yet.
The quips. The Jennifer Coolidge one line.
She's hilarious.
She said something in the last episode that made me laugh so hard. And I literally keep thinking about it. She's like, these are some high-end gays. And I just me and my brother keep saying that, texting each other back and forth.
Icon for a reason. She really is. Somebody screenshotted all of her most famous lines from Cinderella Story because she played the stepmom, the evil stepmom, and she's just like, oh, I can't. I just got Botox, so I can't move my face for another hour. She's just so fucking fun. She's
so funny, dude.
Her comic timing is just
incredible.
I
love her. Yeah, she's great.
I am watching The Cleaning Lady.
Oh, I've heard amazing things.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I've noticed
that
a couple
show
people on that one.
So good. So the first season, it's the second season, so I'm currently in the middle of the second season. It is
What's it on?
It's on Fox or FX or something like that.
Okay.
I watched the first season on HBO. So if you have HBO Max, it's on there.
Oh,
and then
okay,
the second season's on Hulu currently.
Oh, great.
And it's ongoing right now. So it's on the 9th episode or something. Anyway, I love it. It is so fucking good. It's this woman who's from Cambodia who's been living in the Philippines. Her son is Filipino Cambodian.
Mm-hmm.
And she brings him to the US, to Las Vegas, because that's where her sister-in-law lives. And they're here because he needs a bone marrow transplant. And she gets kind of caught up in some scandalous, family mafia stuff.
Okay.
I don't want to give too much away, but it's fucking good.
Ooh.
Okay.
It's really good. High recommend.
Yes, I've heard really good things about that one.
It's fun.
Yeah.
I will say I want to give a warning out to any of our listeners who may have been of a certain age where Willow is one of your favorite movies of all time, of your childhood.
Yeah.
Stay the fuck away from the Disney Plus remake because it is
sad.
absolutely
So
heartbreaking. It's so bad.
Oh, that's such a bummer because I
know.
obsessively we owned it on VHS and I watched Willow so much. We were talking off mic about how hot Val Kilmer is in that movie.
Totally.
I only watched the
awakening.
first episode and I was just it just angered me so much.
I'm so mad.
Yeah, me too.
Disappointing.
Some things should just be left alone.
Correct.
Absolutely.
Do it right or just don't do it.
Or just don't do it.
Yeah, it's fine.
You didn't have to.
Yep. Well, if you guys have stuff that we should watch or really, really bad date stories you want to share with us, go to our one-stop shop of a website. It's myworstdatepodcast.com, and we love you so much. Cheers.
This is a Glass Box Media Podcast.